Hello guys, welcome back to the guys channel. It's me, Orange. Today I'm playing Tomai. I'm gonna call it Tommy. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Please comment down below if I'm saying it wrong, but I believe it's pronounced Tommy. Yeah, so let's just start right here. Okay. Is it just me, or is it like way too? I don't want music too loud. I want music down some, but the foundations for all of our houses reach farther under the surface than any human could ever swim to. Thankfully, it wasn't just humans here. Most of the inhabitants' descendants had wandered straight out of the rivers. And because one of the big founding ideas of our city from the thousands of years ago was the balance of human and aquatic life, we had two kinds of officials in town. The lady who orchestrated trade, collected information from around the world, and helped preserve history. And the chief, or the village head, or whatever you wanted to call him. Is it my own audio? No, it's not my own audio, okay. His responsibilities include managing diplomatic relationships between citizens, organizing events like the upcoming night festival. Okay. And being my dad when he had time. So 2 weeks before the year's night festival, there I was, arguing with Dad. Again. I told you, Mrs. J. Lee's dance group needs to use that building tomorrow for a recital. What am I supposed to do now that the whole place reeks of fish guts? It's not like we meant for things to get that out of hand. They shouldn't have been rotten. And besides, shouldn't we be cleaning it up instead of standing here wasting time? The problem's not going to get better if we hang out talking around the fact that a fish market is selling rotten fish, you know? Look, I called you here tonight for a different reason. Burdoc, Malik, can we get some privacy? What voice should I give him? Sure thing, Pops. Yes, sir, right away. You know the night is coming up. No, I completely forgot. Tommy, I want to remind you that you're going to be working for me starting the morning after. You were taking over my position after all. You remembered that it was coming up, right? Yeah, definitely. Definitely not. Good. What you do with your time until the night festival is up to you. I can't say it would hurt you to come by here over the next few weeks, or to spend time with the lady who would like to get to know you better before you start working together. Of course, I can't force you to do anything. You're still only 23, you're young. Whatever you do, I hope you enjoy it. You're being weirdly nice to me. Can an old man be happy for his son? These are precious days, you should cherish them while they're still happening. But like I already said, do what you want to do while you still can. It's important to me that you come into this job fully ready to commit the rest of your life to it. Ready to commit to these people? I know. Right. I read that in Dad's voice. We'll go with it. She smiled, but it only made me feel more guilty than ever. I walked home alone, time suddenly seeming too slow and too fast all at once. "15 days. Just barely over 2 weeks. I could spend the time with Burdoc and Malik, or I could do what my dad suggested by shadowing him and the lady a little early to prove I'd be good at the job, prove I'd know how to work with them, work with people I didn't know the first thing about. But who would I really be proving that to? That question swirled around and around in my head until I finally fell asleep. Despite how long my thoughts had kept me up, I had never been one to let things float too close to the surface. When I woke up the next morning, all the reservations that had come scrolling around in the middle of the night were gone. Instead, all I felt was the bubbling rise of early morning excitement in my chest. It's a brand new day! First things first, I should probably take stock of who I can go visit. The most obvious choice was Dad. He and I didn't always get along, especially not when it came to work. Family had been the leaders of the town for generations, so he'd had higher hopes that I could probably mate. But if I wanted to prove that I could be dedicated to work with him, maybe I should go to see Dad as to own the whole job. Then there was Burdoc. And he and I had been best friends my entire life. Burdoc's family was one of the biggest in town, but he'd moved upstairs a few years ago to be near me, Malik. His moms were constantly needing him to come home, but Burdoc kept refusing. I could always tell when he was home from the thundering of his footsteps above my head. Of course, I couldn't think about Burdoc without thinking about the previously mentioned Malik. He was my downstairs neighbor and my other best friend, who I'd known my whole life. I had to describe Malik in a single word. I'd probably pick mischievous. With his new job, it could be difficult to get him to hang out, but he was always right next door. And last, but hopefully not least, there was our town's Lady of the Lakes. I didn't know much about her, not even what she looked like. I knew that she'd been working with my dad almost as long as I could remember. If I wanted to find her, her temple would probably be the best bet. Okay. I think that's everyone who wants to see me. Around here, I'm not the most popular guy. Alright, negativity. While my time's still mine, I want to go see... Okay, so here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Dad, Burdoc, Malik, then the lady. Because I want it to be a while before I go meet her. So I think I'm going to go see Dad for the day. I want to go see my dad. Dad's office was never all that busy. Today, he wasn't even sitting in the back room. He was out front, keeping an eye on the town's common area. Hey, Dad. Tell me, what are you doing here? I'm going to work here. Are you asking me that? No, I'm saying it. Really? We're just going to go in circles, asking each other questions if we keep this up. I'm going to work here? It's a little early for that, though. I thought you'd want to make most of your last fortnight of freedom. He wasn't wrong. Even standing here in the same room I'd been in 100 times before, it still itched to go outside, but I might as well try to make an effort with him. And with this job. At least for a little while. No, this should be fun. You and I can chill on the job. I don't know about chilling, but, well, let me show you around. Oh, I've been here before. It's a tradition, Tomai. What is there to show me? There's barely anything in this place. Our town TV, some fillers, some flyers, a veranda he met people on. Sure enough, all he did was walk around and point at each one. Over here, I take audiences with townspeople out on this balcony and ask people about their problems. Yeah, I know, Dad. I've seen it 1,000 times. Go home, Tomai. Huh? I don't have time to argue with you today. And given that you don't seem to want to be here at all, I think it would be better if we tried again another day. His gaze was unyielding. I'll see you at our old house for dinner. Yeah. Even though I had kind of wanted an excuse to bail early when I showed up, his words still stung. So the job wouldn't be my favorite thing in the world, so what? I could still do a good job at it, right? Right? This is interesting. That night, I dreamed about Malik. He was sitting in his room, slowly stitching a shirt back together. While he worked, his tentacles were swirling around him, bringing thread closer, or pushing a scrap away. It was amazing. Something about watching him move like that made the whole room feel distinctly magical. I woke up with that magical feeling still clinging to my skin, along with a whole lot of drool. Yesterday was interesting, but I can't say I made a bad choice. Now I just need to keep it up for the next 13 days. So I should hang out with... Also, guys, I'm very sorry. I'm a fast reader. I should hang it with Burdoc today, guys. Burdoc today. Like I said, I'm gonna go Burdoc, Malik Lady. Crawled out my window, hefted myself up the ladder, and peeked into Burdoc's room. He was so lost in thought that he didn't even hear me break the window open enough to slip inside. Boo. Tommy, don't do that. You're going to give me a heart attack. What, were you lost in thought? I was thinking about mangoes. The unexpected cuteness of his answer caught me off guard. Mangoes? Burdoc, were you sitting here thinking about eating mangoes for the past hour? Is that why you didn't come by? I was doing other stuff too. Oh, you were, huh? I was working out and stuff like that. Sure you were. Tommy, being able to spend time with Burdoc always put me at ease. He and I joked and laughed all afternoon, and before I knew it, sun was long gone. Oh gosh, don't you need to be getting back? Yeah, the one rule we have is that we're not supposed to miss family dinner. I better hustle if I'm going to make it. Well, thanks for coming by. Hopefully we can get together and bring Malik along soon. Yeah. That night I dreamed about Dad. Or maybe it was a memory, I wasn't sure. In the memory dream, he was leaning over the edge of a railing, watching a ship sail away. Mom's ship. He turned and look at me, trying to smile. Hey, she stayed for a whole month this time. That's something, isn't it? As I opened my mouth to answer, the sun over his shoulder got brighter and brighter, and I woke up. Okay, guys, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. I think that was pretty good. I want to go to Malik and the lady next time. So, first I'm going to save the game, so empty slot, save here. This first game was when I was testing it out. I tested it out with one of the extra stories, so that's why I kind of have an idea of how to play. And how I kind of know Burdoc and Malik a little bit, but not too much. Not enough of really story-wise. So now that I've saved, let me just go to the main menu. Let me just make sure my save is still here. Options. Yeah, my save is still there. So if you guys want to see it all next time, I hope to return, and bye-bye. Actually, wait, before I leave completely, comment down below if you want to see this again. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.